Hi everyone, welcome to this new lecture of hydraulic machine. In this lecture, we will discuss the comparison between centrifugal pump and reciprocating pump. So up to now we have discussed all these concepts regarding the centrifugal pump and the reciprocating pump. In this lecture, we will discuss the comparison between them. So in the comparison, just I'll mention one points that which point we are going to compare or we are going to identify between this centrifugal pump and the reciprocating pump. So this is actually our centrifugal pump and this is our reciprocating pump. So working principle already we have discussed, and these are the components which are used in this suction pipe, and here this is sump level, and this is eye of the pump, and this is impeller casing, this is delivery pipe, and delivery valve is there. So this is a long pipe, and the distance from here to the delivery pipe, the total distance from here to here, that is HD, that is delivery head, and this is suction head. And the total is, that is total head H. This is from the sump level to the center of the pump. Similarly, in the reciprocating pump, we have seen this is our sump level, and here the components are involved in this. You can see piston rod, connecting rod, crank. Okay. So, and this is our suction pipe, and suction valve is there. This is delivery valve, delivery pipe, and this is also same thing like HD, and this is our HS. So delivery head and delivery. This is suction head. So these are components of centrifugal pump and reciprocating pump. Now we'll see the comparison. So the comparison with respect to all aspects we'll discuss here. So I'll do here comparison. So I'll make a tabular form like this, and first one I'll give it here, suppose centrifugal pump, and the second one I'll make it reciprocating pump. So this one we can draw a line, and this will be point basis, and here I just mention which is having required or high or low or something like, I just marked a point here. Okay. So let's draw a tabular form like this. Yeah. So first one about the working principle, or we can say how it is working. So first one I can give, this is working principle of pump. Second one, this is first one. Second one we can go for that's which type of pump it is. Okay. And third one we can go for it like what is the discharge, how the discharge is, and what kind of discharge of from this pump it is coming out. Okay. Or what is the like discharge is nothing but we know that that is quantity of volume of water which is coming out with respect to time. And similarly, what is the space, or you can say the area required for the installation. Space or area, same thing we can say. Space required for the installation, we can say installation. Okay. And similarly, what about the maintenance? Whatever is maintenance also we'll see. Similarly, next we can go for the what is the capacity of this pump. What is the capacity of the pump? So similarly, many more points are there. Let's try to cover up all these things. How much possible we will try to cover up. And similarly, we can see speed. So speed also you can see, and what is the flow nature, which kind of flow is coming out from this. Okay. Next is we can see whether primings are required for these pumps, priming required or not. And what about the main important thing is efficiency. What about the efficiency of this pump, whether it is low, medium, high? So that also main thing we need to check it. And along with that also we can see, lastly we'll go for the application. Before that, just I'll say about the construction. Here a space installation, let's construction also one more point can be added here. So in the construction basis also we can write, and also cost I have not written, maintenance cost I have written. Then we can go for application, and some other points are there. I'll write some in this place I'll write. So let first complete up to this, like what are the things are there. So first one, working principle, if you see, This is our centrifugal pump. So in the working principle in the centrifugal pump, so the centrifugal pump is working based on the centrifugal force here, which what is acting here, centrifugal force. So here I can write it uses the centrifugal force. It uses the centrifugal force. Similarly, in the reciprocating pump, if you see here, if you see this piston is there, the centrifugal force is coming out, like it will be discharged like this. It will be because the water will be goes out through this blade, it's out from this center point. But here, if you see in the cylinder, inside the cylinder, we have the piston. So the piston movement will be there here. So that one we can say that reciprocating piston motion. So with the help of this piston motion, we can say, and that is the reciprocating piston motion. That means the piston is moving forward direction, backward direction, to and fro motion. So that is working principle. Then which type of pump it is? So centrifugal pump is nothing but we can say this is a dynamic type pump is there, and in the reciprocating pump it is a positive displacement pump. It is a positive displacement pump. Okay, next coming to the discharge. Discharge, when I have discussed the hydraulic machine, in that time also I told you based on the varieties. So discharge is actually here, more discharge will be there, or we can say high discharge, or large, we can say large discharge is there. Here a small discharge, small quantity discharge is there. If you say high discharge, here lower discharge we can write here. Okay. Then what about the space and installation area? So here, one more thing I'll add here, along with the discharge, we can write the pressure also here. What about the pressure at this point? Pressure for the pump particularly. When it is a large discharge is there, but here the pressure also will be large here. Okay. So here pressure will be less. So large discharge, or here I'll let Q, but less pressure. Here small discharge, but high pressure. High pressure here. Okay. Now coming to the space and area installation. For this one we require less area. Okay, less space. So less space required for this. But here if you come, you can see the more installation area required. This is very small area can be sufficient for this one. But for the reciprocating pump we require more space required for this. Now coming to the maintenance cost, this is actually maintenance cost. For this it is less. As you can see, very less components are used here, so that is less. So here if you see piston, cylinder, connecting rod, crank, all these things are there. So due to that we require more maintenance cost is there for this, or high maintenance cost is there, you can say. Now coming to the capacity. And a capacity in the sense here I'll tell you, like these pumps can be used for which kind of liquids. So actually in the centrifugal pump, this can be used for high viscosity fluids. This can be used for high viscosity fluids, or we can say that dirty water can also be handled by this. Dirty water can be handled by this. Along with the high viscous fluid, you can say oil, suppose. Oil also can be shifted by this pump. But here we need to, this dirty water cannot be handled by this, or we can say that low viscous fluid will be transported, or it will be shifted from here. Low viscosity fluid will be moved by this pump. Now coming to the speed. The speed, if you see, will have high speed here. This will be our high speed, and this will be our low speed. Flow nature, how the flow is. So flow nature here will be continuous and smooth flow. This will be smooth flow will be there in this, and continuous flow will be there. Okay, there will be no disturbance in the flow. But while coming to the reciprocating pump, if you see due to the movement of this piston in the cylinder, like it will start from here, it will end here, again it will be come back, again it will go down. So some kind of fluctuating will be there. So fluctuation flow will be there. So here the flow nature will be fluctuating. Okay. Similarly, priming. Here for the centrifugal pump we require priming. So priming is required for this. But in the, because we know that there will be pressure difference will be there, and bubbles will be created. Bubbles will be inside this casing, because here that much problem will be not there, because inside the casing we'll have water will be there. So before starting, like when the water will be drained out, it will be full of like air will be there. So priming is required before starting the centrifugal pump. Here it is not required, you can say. Now coming to the efficiency. So while efficiency wise it is comparatively like moderate, not less, we can say. We can say this is moderate type of efficiency there, or you can say compared to the reciprocating pump it is less, and it is high efficiency. The high efficiency in the sense it is nearly about 85% efficiency is performing by the reciprocating pump. But here if you come like 50 to 60% will be their maximum efficiency here. That is one point. And construction. So in the construction, if you see, very simple design it is there. Only delivery pipe, suction pipe, and here in the middle impeller casing, that's it. So the construction is very simple for this. And while coming to this reciprocating pump, if you see, very much complicated, or we can say difficult kind of construction is there. We can write complicated construction is there. Complicated. Okay. Now we'll go for the next application where we can apply this kind of pumps. So basically we know that centrifugal pump is to work everywhere, like in our household or any kind of water supply will be there. So you can say water supply department or irrigation department or normal household also we can use this one. But here in the reciprocating pump is used to work for the different mostly for the boiler feed or industrial application used to use this. Okay. So these are the application, or you can say comparison of centrifugal pump and the reciprocating pump. Some few other points also there. So like power consumption. So the power consumption, if I say one more point, let me write here. In the power consumption, we'll have high power consumption will be there. Okay, there will be high power consumption for the centrifugal pump, but in the reciprocating pump we'll have low power consumption. Okay. Any other points are there in this? Yeah, mostly I have covered all these things. Construction application, power consumption, working principle types, efficiency, maintenance, space. Yeah, mostly it's covered all these things. Now one more thing is also there, like head. What kind of head is it? So already head I told you that this pressure is nothing but, if you see, this is discharge, or you can say head or less pressure, high pressure or high head. So that also covered in this. So I hope you understand this comparison between the centrifugal pump and the reciprocating pump. If you are having any doubt and query regarding this, you can give a comment on the comment box. Thank you all.